to Michael Gitonga. That is tomorrow. Be sure to catch that interview with a man who may be the next deputy governor of Nairobi. Meanwhile, the National Disaster Management Authority is blaming members of parliament for the delay in implementing the disaster management policy. The unit says this policy would facilitate their quick response to disaster. Here's Lofty Matambo with those details.
Kenya has experienced several calamities in the recent past, ranging from one extreme end to the other. Stakeholders have been blamed for not being swift enough in combating these disasters. These stakeholders are now pointing an accusing finger at the lawmakers for not passing a policy to cushion Kenyans during such incidents.
Politicians are talking everything, they are talking issues reactive when you have the issue like the drought, the floods, that are the road traffic accidents. But once we have a disaster risk management law, we have the policy, need to address that. So instead of them discussing a lot in public, let them pass the disaster risk management law and policy, which will enable the county governments to have budgets in terms of reserving a percent of their budget in disaster risk management.
In the year 1997, Kenya witnessed the El Nino rains that wreaked havoc across the country. In 1998, the Nairobi bomb blast claimed 200 lives. These and other disasters led to the drafting of the National Disaster Management Policy Kenya. The draft was endorsed by Esther Morogi, the then Minister of the State for Special Programs. It was followed by a drought in 2011, where 4.5 million Kenyans were affected, with over 70% of their livestock dying. All these as the draft policy to mitigate such eventualities was gathering dust on the shelves. National Disaster Management Unity showed its frustration on the unwillingness of the lawmakers to pass this proactive law at a launch of a firefighting equipment that uses aerosols instead of carbon dioxide to put out fire, a new technology that could be the next big solution to fire incidents.
That is what you need to remain inside, because I decided to use this because I wanted people to see what's going to be the outcome of this DSPA. But when it's covered everywhere, it's not going to go out and it's going to engulf the entire room, so makes the temperature go off and the fire is off. The level of oxygen remains the same.
This small gadget that weighs 4.5 kilograms and manufactured by Fed Kenya Fire Solutions is said to have the ability to put out fire in a bedroom in less than 10 seconds. On the contrary, the stakeholders argue that such technology would meet its efficacy in the presence of a disaster management policy.
If you have it, if you buy it today, it's going to remain in shelves for the next 15 years.
In the year 2015, the national government set aside 15 billion shillings in anticipation of a repeat of the El Nino phenomenon. Very little information is available on how the money was used. Had there been a disaster management policy, then probably